Nurse shares what really happened in Ward 7 at 2 a.m. This story was sent in by Claire, a night nurse from Michigan. She says, "I've worked night shifts in hospitals for nearly 12 years. You get used to strange noises, flickering lights, even hearing things you can't explain. But nothing prepared me for what happened last winter in Ward 7. Ward 7 wasn't used much anymore. Just a small wing of the hospital, reserved for long-term or terminal patients. It always felt colder than other floors, like the heating never fully reached that part of the building. That night, I was covering for a co-worker who'd called in sick. It was just me and one orderly, Kevin, checking on 4 patients. The hall lights buzzed softly. The air smelled faintly of disinfectant and old paint. Around 2:15 a.m., I was updating charts at the nurse station when I noticed something strange. Room 714's call light was on. Thing is, 714 was empty. The last patient there had passed away 2 weeks earlier. At first, I assumed it was a wiring glitch. Happens all the time in older hospitals. So I grabbed my flashlight and went to check. The hallway was silent except for the hum of the vending machine at the far end. When I opened the door to 714, the air hit me like ice. The room felt wrong, like stepping into a freezer. The bed was made, the monitors unplugged, everything tidy. But the bathroom light was on, even though we'd cut power to that room days ago. I stepped inside and the door clicked shut behind me. "Kevin?" I called, trying to laugh it off. No answer. Then the overhead speaker in the hall crackled, that soft static sound before a page. But instead of a voice, I heard slow breathing, heavy, wet, right above me. I bolted out of the room, heart pounding, and nearly collided with Kevin. He swore he'd been down the hall the whole time, restocking supplies. We walked back together to check the wiring, trying to act calm, but when we reached 714, the bedside monitor was on, beeping steadily. There was a heartbeat, a steady 72 beats per minute. I swear on my life, the cords weren't attached to anything. Kevin yanked the plug. The screen went dark. We both just stared at each other for a minute, not saying a word. Trying to shake it off, I went back to the nurse station. That's when I saw something else on the monitors. The hallway camera feed for Ward 7. Room 714's door was open again, and someone, a figure in a hospital gown, was standing just inside the doorway, swaying slightly. I grabbed the walkie and called security. They sent a guard up right away, but by the time he arrived, the room was empty. We checked the footage later. The weirdest part? The timestamp froze for exactly 1 minute and 12 seconds, like the system refused to record that moment. When my shift finally ended at sunrise, I went to hand off to the morning nurse, Lisa. She looked half awake and said, "You were in Ward 7 last night, right?" I nodded. Her face went pale. "Did anyone tell you about the patient in 714? I shook my head. She said, "His name was Mr. Harper. He died right after pressing the call button. The same one that turned on for you later that week. Maintenance checked the electrical lines, no fault. Everything was normal. Except now, every few nights around 2:15 a.m., the light for 714 flicks on again. No one ever answers it. And when someone finally walks down that hall, the temperature always drops just for a second." Claire says she switched departments 3 months later, but she still dreams about that room. And in her dreams, The monitor is always beeping.